Hey everyone, it's Soul. It's March 15, 2019. This is Warcraft Weekly, brought to you by the greatest generation. This week is a tiny bit special because we have new content that came out this week, and you know what that means? Bitchin'. Oh my gosh, new allied races? Bitchin'. New quests and things to do? Bitchin'. Bob and I have heard your feedback on Bob's updated voice.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yes, I heard. So based on the feedback, we're actually going to try a few more things with his voice.
Wait, no, that's literally not what they want.
Actually, according to some other comments, we should experiment more with what personality and voice fits best.
No, that's you. That is your own comment.
Alright, so let's give this a go.
I am not enjoying this.
Wait, why not, dude? I mean, that's actually Mimiron's voice. I mean, don't you want to sound like your father?
Wait, he's my father?
This does not sound right.
Wait, what? I thought it was a pretty solid orc voice. I mean, a lot of you had given some pretty good feedback on it.
No, this is Michael Dorn's voice. I am not a Klingon.
Oh, I didn't think about that. That my bad. I thought it sounded like an orc.
And you think too highly of yourself, Patach.
Language. Let's get to some news, alright? This week, ahead of the 8.15 patch, Blizzard announced a sale on character services that will extend to the end of March. Character transfers, faction changes, and race changes have a 30% discount.
So if you're dying to run away from the race that can't keep their shit together, or dying to run to the faction that isn't boring, go.
Unsurprisingly, there's a loud minority of critics who took to forums and social media, deriding the sale on relevant services, accusing Blizzard of predatory behavior, to take advantage of players on the fence whether they wanted to spend money on said services. Okay, so let me get this straight. So Blizzard should not have a sale on services that will benefit many players because that's predatory.
Yes.
And if Blizzard does nothing, there are a bunch of greedy assholes charging full price for a service that they'll already make a lot of bank off of.
Yep.
But Blizzard having a sale just because makes them look bad because that's them, quote, milking the game dry before it shuts down.
That's right.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the internet. Speaking of players listening and not listening to players, Blizzard provided a long-awaited update to the status of Classic WoW, informing fans that the release of dungeons and raids is going to be split into 6 stages, up from 4, to better replicate the vanilla WoW experience.
In other words, it's time gating done right.
Oh, really? Could you elaborate on that, Bob?
I won't be caught in your gotcha moment.
Gotcha moment. This is written and that you are actually... Yep, never mind. The discussion on the development of Classic WoW since its announcement has been pretty interesting. This is a game that, apart from what hopes to be unnoticeable changes to gameplay, has no hidden surprises. We already know what's coming, just not the exact time frame. And Blizzard has been extremely careful to give us as few updates as possible while they listen to the many conversations taking place and basically just working on Classic. But then you have to consider Modern WoW, which, for better or worse, runs off of a 24-hour news cycle, keeping players in the loop and engaged in either praise or criticism, and enabling players to virtually experience the content and react to it well ahead of release. We can argue all day that Blizzard has fallen off of communicating with players and, well, doesn't reveal much of anything, but thanks to data mining and the constant churn of guides, videos, and analysis that I myself am also a part of, so don't bother try calling me out.
Oh, bad.
My question to you folks at home and others who've been squatting over the poop bowl is this: which of the following methods would be better for modern WoW? One is to not change any of the process, so we'll just allow we, the fans and critics, to data mine builds and test content on public realms while giving feedback on each and every iteration. 2 is to force Blizzard to heavily communicate on each and every build during test phases so players can better understand the iterative process while giving their feedback. Or 3 is to be considerably less transparent and tightly control outgoing information with closed test realms, and to do away with data mining and studying content ahead of release. I'm not going to pretend I know what's best, but I'm going to speak for myself as a commentator and from my observations on how the internet tends to work and react to things. I'm going to give my opinion.
Wrong. dog.
Shut up. I think that we've been spoiled by the availability of information on unreleased content to the point where the word spoiler has lost its meaning. Some of us who look at the weekly builds over on Wowhead and MMO Champion and discuss this in comments take this unreleased content and treat it like it's live. We react, even overreact to what's neither finished, official, nor canon. Some of our feedback has paid off, and it's great to see that Blizzard listens to some of it, but it also opens up the argument that Blizzard only reacts when we kick and scream loud enough, and that otherwise they wouldn't add, say, additional lore choices themselves, for an example. Imagine if you were writing a story or a game system and you know that it's going to take a good couple of months for you to do it. But every week, consumers, not your bosses or coworkers or mentors, they look at what you have and you know that it's a work in progress. Like you just have a bunch of written notes and maybe the mention of orcs in a couple pages, but you know that you're going to have some really solid stuff that you'll put down as soon as tomorrow. However, it's today, and today you're going to see people cry out on forums and Reddit and in videos about horde bias and bad writing, and they're going to threaten to quit the game and demand that you be fired. No one's going to come out of that interaction feeling satisfied. So the question is, should that sort of cycle continue? I can talk about the merits and faults of how Blizzard is allowing these levels of transparency as they are right now, and how it's both helped and hurt the game, but then I'd be here all day. So I'll save that for a separate video, but in the meantime, that's just a taste of my thoughts and opinions on this, so, well, feel free to share yours and fire away.
Oh, I will.
I'm sure you will. This week, the final boss of Mythic Boda was nerfed just a little bit more, allowing a few more guilds to score a kill. As of now, the Horde side of the top 100 guilds to defeat her has filled up and locked. Meanwhile, the Alliance side, well, not so much, but that's expected to fill up soon. So far, there doesn't seem to be much of any indication that the Hall of Fame is being effective at balancing out the factions, even though this is supposed to be a long-term plan. Maybe this just doesn't seem to be enough. But what will work? The only three plausible ideas that I could even imagine working would be one, maybe to buff Alliance racials until the population's balance, and then nerf them, which some would say would feel like a cash grab or the pendulum swinging too far in another direction. We can remove all racial abilities so that no faction has an advantage, but that wouldn't really solve anything, because there's still the perception that you'd want to join that faction, because the best players are already there. Or you can just straight up allow cross-faction raiding, which would undeniably get critics to chant World of Peacecraft, even though that has really nothing to do with the idea. I got nothing else on this, so...
Great segue there.
Thanks. Moving on to the final worthy news bits, the highlight of this patch so far is the reunion of Derek and Jaina Proudmoore thanks to the future Baine Bloodhoof. This is a truly touching scene between a brother and sister that is going to be one more chapter in the continuing roller coaster that is the Battle for Azeroth story. It's done really well, and there is a lot to soak in, so much that unfortunately it's not going to fit in today's weekly, which is fortunate for you, because instead I'll be doing an in-depth analysis, not of the cinematic per se, but the general plot of what's happening here.
Yeah, it's already been done.
Well, I'm going to do it better.
Right.
Okay, it's going to be shorter. How about that?
Oh, that sounds lovely. It'll be much easier to forget.
Anyway, I'm going to leave a couple questions for you to think about over the next couple of days. Feel free to discuss these points in the comments or over at the Discord channel. Ta-da! Please join the channel. How did Derek Proudmoore go from here, that's him in the unfortunate corner over there, to a boat off the coast of Kultiris? More importantly, why and when was he moved there? How did Baine learn of this, and why is he acting alone? Was this a rescue, a Trojan horse, or will the situation take an unexpected turn that no one was suspecting?
Or was it just bad writing?
Oh, come on now, always with the, okay, you know, it might be bad writing, but we'll just have to wait and see. Wednesday was a truly historic day. For the second year in a row, I did a charity stream, raising money for the ASPCA, this time leveling a Zandalari troll alongside our friend Shady, who rolled a Maghar orc. Like, orcs? Ew. Just kidding. The WoW subreddit was unfortunately not very fond of me mentioning it, but a few tweets and retweets helped to gain some traction. Bob danced naked, but no one showed up early. At least that's what I'm gonna say, and you're gonna have to believe me.
Dancing naked makes you cold.
But you guys came through, smashing the initial goal of $250. We also smashed my previous year's total of $375. And we smashed our second goal of $500. we raised just under $800 for animals in need that we're never going to meet, but we helped make a difference for. So I'm super, super, super proud of everyone who showed up and gave their very generous donations, or who at least said hi and hung out. And of course to Shady, who accompanied me for pretty much the entire 12-hour duration. And even if you didn't make it, I'm uploading the whole gosh darn thing on YouTube so you at least know that it happened. It was super fun, even with some of the hiccups. Never knocked me off of that platform again. I got to see zones that I never even played through yet and got to experience even more story of the World of Warcraft, and I'm glad I got to share the experience with you. So count on me doing this again next year. That's pretty much how long it's going to take for me to recover from that stream. And if somehow we double our goal yet again, I'm gonna lose my mind. So thanks to you. Thanks to all of you once again for showing up and all that. And well, let's wrap this thing up. In the next couple of days, you can expect a few things from me, including my theories on what is going on with the whole Proudmoore family thing, as well as how that could play into the future of World of Warcraft stories. I just might have a response video to my own video, where I talked about the top features that helped WoW to speed up over the past something years. I'm going to be talking about the things that have slowed it down. That's going to invite all sorts of positive commentary, I'm sure. And I'll be listening for more Bob feedback.
Hey, you people need to save me. Hashtag save Bob in a comment. Wait, how did we cut to this all of a sudden? Safe word, Soul, safe word.
Oh, yeah, right. So make sure that you're following me over on social media, like the Twitch and the Discord channel. I'm always up for a chat. And also don't forget to gently smush that subscribe button over there, so you can be notified of when I do stuff. And of course, so I can keep giving you more of this and all things Warcraft. You all have a terrific weekend, and I'll see you next time. Until then, stay safe, stay happy, and stay breezy.